Hey everyone! Hello. I am back from the Walnutport Together We Sew retreat from the Nut House, which it's officially called. And I'm super excited to be back home because I've got a bunch of stuff to do and coming up and everything. But I wanted to give a little bit of a recap because we aren't going to be doing Forest for the Trees this evening. Ingrid is actually getting to go visit family, so we won't be doing that live tonight, but I am doing a recap of the retreat, and I'll show some pictures. And it was a lot of fun, so I'm very excited about it. I'm really excited about getting to see everybody again. Pennsylvania, this was my third time going to Walnutport, so I've been to Millersburg 3 times, Walnutport 3 times, and I will be going to Georgia again at the end of the year, so that'll be Georgia twice. So it's really cool to see, and the groups of people are totally different. Millersburg, the vibe is a little bit different because there are so many people, so there's like different groups and everything. Anytime you go anywhere, the vibe is going to be different. Walnutport is smaller, so it's like we're all like it's smaller and it's in one place. Like we all sleep in room, we roommate together. We're in one house, we eat meals together. So that makes the vibe a little bit different. In Millersburg, we're in a hotel, we have our own rooms, we come down to the sewing room, we can go do lunches, we can go shopping, all that kind of stuff. So it's just a little bit of a different setup, and I love them both, and I like that I had the opportunity to do both kinds. Both are project based, so there are projects at each of those. Georgia is, we're all in the same house, but it's a free-for-all. You do whatever you want to work on. So I like that vibe too. So, but at Walnutport this year, I got to teach a pattern of it was actually the first pattern I ever wrote, so that's kind of cool. It was in homage to the wall hanging. Well, yeah, I'll go ahead and talk about that. It was in homage to the wall hanging that used to hang behind me, that's going to be replaced with this one. But the wall hanging that I had done was a traditionally pieced wall hanging. I think I had said it was sweet potato quilts, but while sweet potato quilts was a part of the 12 minis in 12 months, this first one, January of that year, was actually knot and thread. So the pinwheel stars, I think is the name of it, which is the traditionally pieced one, which is a fantastic, wonderful pattern. If you like traditionally pieced, go get that from Knot and Thread. I will link it in the details below. I went and did it, of course. I went and as inspired by that pattern, I created it in FPP to give me, one, the practice of writing patterns, two, the precision that I really like with FPP, which I did not get in doing it traditionally pieced, because that's on me, not on the pattern writer. It was also, I hadn't really nailed down the 1/4 inch when I did it traditionally pieced, and that impacts everything. So anyhow, we did this in Walnutport. I got to teach this pattern, which I'm calling Autumn Stars because it's the fall, and I used Moda Fabrics Rainbow Spice and Rainbow Sherbet, and I will also link those down in the description below. So this is what I had everybody work on. When I did this tester, I had a really dark background, and for the one that you'll see pictures of, it's a lighter gray, and I actually think that the lighter gray, it's a smoky grunge. I think that one is actually better than this really dark. I love the contrast, but of the white and the the dark, but I liked the gray. Well, I like backing things with gray anyway, so I actually ended up preferring the gray that we went with. But this is the FPP pattern Autumn Stars that we did, and it's backed with I think it's orange sherbet. That is the backing. You can see some of the quilting there. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of those pictures next. Everybody did such a great job, and I really like that everybody decided what they wanted their layouts to be. I think that's one of the most fun things about patterns. When you create it and you kind of have a vision, you release it out into the wild, and then everybody who has it gets to make up their own mind. So we have different layouts for everybody, how they wanted, like what their top was, and you know, everybody went a different route. I'm really excited about that. One photo that you didn't see is my friend Gia. She was taking it home and making it into a pillow, which I was very excited about. And Denise, I don't think I got, yeah, Denise's I didn't get either, but she's going to send me a picture. So I'll have that as record too. It went really well. It was so fun to be able to share this pattern with everybody. It is, I think, officially like my 6th, like, you know, put out pattern, but it was the first one I actually wrote. So it was the first one I actually went into EQ8 and I did all the stuff. Then the card trick was the next one that I went in and did, and that was the first one I actually presented to anybody. So it's kind of neat, the little history of all of that. Also, when you go to Walnutport, sorry, you get a pattern that was written by Stephanie of Stephanie Stitches. Together We Sew Retreats is her retreat company, and so she wrote her own pattern as well, of course, to teach everybody. And so this is the English Garden vibe. This is the one of the blocks. This is not the whole quilt, obviously. This is one of the blocks. I finished the blocks, which I thought I was very proud of myself for finishing all the blocks. Now I'm home and I'll have to put these together. There's this green, which of course I started with greens, and there's a beautiful purple in Bella Solids, and I will I'll put for you the link to her Etsy shop so that you can purchase this pattern as well. It was beautiful. A lot of folks got theirs done as well. No shame in my game. I've said this before. I'm not a super fast sewist, so I love seeing what everybody finishes. I was also working on another project for a class that I'm going to be teaching at the local quilt shop here. So I was kind of going back and forth between those blocks and the pattern that I was working on. So I was a little bit distracted to do both of those. If I had not been working on the other one, I absolutely had enough time, even with my slow sewing, because once you get all the blocks done, it's just boom, 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 putting them together, and then putting the borders on. So a really simple, like nice beginner friendly sew to get it all together. I think what we got to do this past weekend, I think it worked really well the way we planned it all out. Everybody got there, and at about 1 o'clock on Thursday, we got everybody in. We did intros because we had a couple of new faces, and that was a lot of fun. And the new faces fit right in. It was so exciting. It's like a big family. It was really, really so much fun to, uh, you know, induct new cult members into the whole thing. So that was a lot of fun. And we did that. Stephanie and I got to do a little bit of a trunk show. Then we started cutting all of the fabric for Stephanie's pattern. So we cut all of the background, all of the main fabrics, and got all of that cut on Thursday night. Then everybody could finish cutting Friday morning. Friday after lunch, I went ahead and started teaching my pattern. We worked on getting all of those cut out on Friday. And then Friday afternoon, you know, worked on that. And then Saturday into Sunday morning, we worked on both projects to get them both finished. And everybody got a really good chunk. Even we had a couple of people who had done FPP but hadn't done it in a little while, so like needed a little refresher on remembering, what happens with piece one, making sure the fabric is facing the right way, laying a good foundation. And then we had somebody who had never done FPP, and I am so excited to say that she really, really liked it and is looking forward to doing FPP, more FPP in the future. So that is absolutely thrilling to find out, and that makes my heart happy. And everybody finished the top of the FPP pattern, whether they got it quilted or not, but they finished the flimsy, the top of it. So that was pretty exciting for, you know, seeing everybody kind of get it, whether they end up liking it and doing it ever again, but that they understood it and they could follow the pattern, and they could end on a high note with FPP. It was very, very exciting for me. As always, I came home with candy, which my kids absolutely adore. So that always makes me happy, Marianne. I love you so much for sending me home with that. In Walnutport, I get to see the cheetah suckas. We were missing Patrice this year, but Ingrid is actually hopefully going to get to see her this week. So much cheetah sucka love out to Patrice. But it was so wonderful to be able to see Marianne and Donna and Ingrid and I together in the same room, being absolute crazy people. We got to ride around in Donna's new car, which is the most adorable little red Beetle. Love it so much. So beautiful. It was so much fun. Loved seeing her so happy, so excited about having that new car, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun to get to see them and spend that time with them and plan the new shenanigans that we're going to get into over the next year. So that's it. That was my trip to Walnutport. We had the baked potato bar for lunch, which is always popular. That's definitely a Walnutport thing. We got Chinese food again as a group. It's just such a really good time, and I leave every single one of them with the hope that everyone out there will get to do a retreat of some sort at least one time, because it is really amazing. The people you meet are incredible. The projects you get to work on are so much fun. It's just a really good time, and I wish it for everybody that they get to experience it at least once. So that is it. Look, this week I will have out the next part of Let's Make a Bag, where we will be putting the pocket and the handles together on the main body bag piece. So we'll line those up and get them sewn on, so that then next week we will build the body and complete the bag by building the body and completing the bag. So we are just 2 steps away from a completed bag all the way, which is very exciting. So that will be out this week, as will another edition of the 1718 quilt, the coverlet, which I will be working on the woman. There is a block that is a woman in a nice full skirt. I will be working on her this week. So that will also be coming this week. Thursday morning for the 1718 coverlet, probably Friday for the bag. And then Sunday will be my Sunday brunch, my back to normal schedule Sunday brunch, which is 11 a.m. Eastern to 1 p.m. And I'm not 100% sure what I'll be working on that day. I'm just back. I haven't figured out. I may play some catch up on Forest for the Trees so that I'm ready for our last week to wrap that up, because really all we've been doing, you know, it's been amazing and fun getting together with Ingrid, but we've been working up the same blocks. So I may go ahead and work on finishing the rest of them on this Sunday, so that next Tuesday I'm ready to put the blocks together and show you the completed top, so we're not so far behind in the completion of the Forest for the Trees. Yeah, so that is it. Thank you all so much, everybody. Have a wonderful week. I will look for you Thursday morning and Friday, and then again live on Sunday. I hope you will come hang out with me, whatever it is I get into. All right, thanks everybody. Bye now.